Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hidarthaya Tatwabodho Bhidiyade Tatwabodho Bhidiyade. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hidarthaya Tatwabodho Bhidiyade. Satsangam is all about the Hridaya Vidya. The divine force which is there within us. That divine force is that divine force is creating a conducive environment for the satsanga. As per the language of Bhagavatam, it's called as Tene Brahma Hridaya. The God who is sitting inside the heart of all of us is arranging the kind of situation like this, so called as Satsanga Saubhagya. So the Lord, the universal consciousness, the Chaitanyam which is there in all of us, in fact we are that. We are different only in this build, so called this body, but the same truth is residing in all of us. So that truth is deciding to have the Satsanga Bhagyam for all of us. That truth is deciding that someone should tell about that Lord, that Almighty, and the Mumukshus should listen. That's why it's called as Hridaya Vidya. And the other part is someone who talks this Atma Vidya is also uplifting the ones who are listening to the same plane. This is not a lecture. This is not somebody like a professor talking about a subject. This is Hridaya Vidya. So that Lord has to decide what to be talked. That Lord has to decide what to be listened. And that Lord is deciding in all of us what to listen, what to understand, etc. So Satsangam is all about, Hridaya Vidya. That's what I insist. Seeing, looking. So the heart is communicating. The hearts are communicating. So this Tatwabodham is the commentary, is the Prakarana Grantha written by Adi Shankara Bhagavad-Pada, and this is the basis of any of the scriptures. When I say basis, the terms, terminologies, the nomenclatures, all are stipulated, prescribed in this text. So, not only the terms, terminologies, also equip the mumukshu, the one who is looking for liberation in life, the one who is looking for freedom in life, the one who is looking for reaching the ultimate goal in life. So, this text is basically providing that opportunity, and that is where we do the bowing to Bhagavan Krishna, Vasudevendra Yogindram, who is the Vasudeva Krishnan, and he is the Yogindran, Yogeshwaran, Yogeshwara Krishnan. Yogindran for what? Jnanapradam Guru. That Lord is the Guru here who is enabling us to provide the Jnanam. jnanam to our mind. Because ajnanam is there in the mind. What is the ajnanam? Ajnanam is all about we misidentifying our reality. This is the ajnanam. And who is the culprit? The mind. So jnanam should come to remove the ajnana. Darkness can be removed with the light. So light is this knowledge. Light is coming through Bhagavan Krishna in the form of Tatwabodham and illuminating our ignorant mind. When we say our mumukshus, the one who is looking for freedom in life, the one who is looking for finding the ultimate aim in life. Correct? So that is the context I want to set. And if you see our life, right, anybody who is of the opinion that there is no struggle in life, in our life, everything is perfect? No. How about others? Oh, you all feel everything perfect? So, do you feel, or are you of the opinion that there is no struggle in life? Everything is straightforward. It's a perfect sailing. No. So then, you are saying that we are struggling, and we try to seek some enjoyment, some entertainment, some enjoyment, etc. But let me ask a question to all of you. Usually, what is the span of life? I mean, how many years normally a human being live? Don't feel that I am scaring. So, on a Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock, and that is the right time to sleep, you are calling us here and asking how many years you will live. Don't take it in that way. So, usually how many years? Let us take 100. 100 years. Healthy way, 100 years a human being living. And now tell me, out of this 100 years, 50 years will go as night. Isn't it so? And not hopefully, because 8 to 10, 9 or 10 hours you will sleep, and after 7 or 8 o'clock you will become dormant, right? Ramping down the activities. So the productive time, if you see, out of 100 years, it's 50. Half of the time is gone as night. So now only 50 years, right? And in that 50, let us take the childhood days and the time of becoming a youth. I would say 1/3 of that 50 years will go like that. And 1/3 of our life, we also use the term called as retirement, and after some time, you have to really ramp down the things. So 1/3 will also go as what? Vardhakyam. See, otherwise these governments or the companies won't impose the retirement time and all. Otherwise it would have been 95 years you can work. Is there a retirement age for any of the organizations?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe for politics, I don't know. But there also it is there. It's not a sarcasm. But after some age, we will not be able to be productively, or we will not be able to contribute in a very productive way. So in that case, 1/3 will go as old age, 1/3 will go as balya, kaumaram, and 1/3 is the only productive time in that case. Am I right or not? And now we all are saying that we have struggles in life, and we are trying to struggle and trying to get, and we become happy, etc. And again, this is a problem, right? Every time you are struggling, getting something, again trying something, struggling. So then, what is our purpose in life? Is it just to struggle like this? Because I usually hear in corporate world that by end of the month the salary will be over, right? So we have to look for the fresh salary credit. And by the time the credit card companies will take all our money also, credit card payments. So is this our ultimate purpose in life? Struggling, getting something, then be happy for some time, and again struggle, get something, happy, struggle, happiness. Is it something like this? Is this the goal? This is what I am asking. Is this the goal that we all are trying to get? Are we trying only the materialistic pursuits? Or do we have something beyond this? Are you all following my English or no?
Yes, yes.
Let me bring a practical story here. 2 weeks back, I was in a very reputed institutes of India. I don't want to name that. Maybe 700 acres of Oxy rich campus, and it is very tough to get an admission into this kind of reputed schools. You all will admire, I also admired that. Perfectly fine place for people to, the students to study. Get into is a very difficult thing, and studying and the brand value you get and the kind of the quality of education that you get, it's superb. I came back from that place, and the next day I saw on news in the newspaper that one PhD student committed suicide. No, it is not only one case like this. It's happening. See, if it is just, struggle, get happiness, why this kind of suicide is coming? Or why this kind of problems are coming in the society? So now it is very clear that life is not to struggle, and if you struggle and fail, then the only option is suicide. Then there is no meaning, right? So there needs to be an integrated growth associated in our life. That is where our Rishi is mentioned about the Purushartha, the 4-step way of bringing meaning to our life. If you see the Purushartham, the 4 aspects are what? Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And it is not something like Dharmam then followed by Ardham, Kamam. No, not like that. Artha, Kamam needed, and it has to be fetched only through the dharmic way. And this Ardham, Dharmam and Kamam, they all are the elements of prayers. These all are needed for your livelihood, for you to live in this world, such as eating 3 times, right, wearing some clothes. But moksham is the ultimate aim, and it is not something like after you have all those 3 items, then go to moksham. No, moksham is which enables us to have integrated growth in life. What is moksham? Moksham is all about finding your true nature. Who are you? What is your true potential? As a force, what I can have, what I don't have control in life, what I have control in life. How can I design my life? See, otherwise in the Ardham, Dharmam and Kamam, one cannot have fulfillment in life. That's why I asked this question, what is our purpose in life? We all say that struggles, getting something, but this is a kind of a loop. And at some point of time, one will feel that there is no meaning in life. That's where our Rishi said, hold on, your meaning in life is basically moksham, the inner freedom. And moksham is what? Realizing your true potential. It is equal to realizing the God. Because the other 3 aspects are having certain limitations, not certain, limitations are there. Right? You might have heard the marginal utility value. Have you heard about this term? In commerce, you might have heard. Utility. See, at some point of time, you will not appreciate this. Ardham, dharmam, kamam. You cannot have a sustainable livelihood. What you need is basically finding out our own potential. Because these all are having limitations. And when you operate with limitations, always you will get limited outcomes. So that is where, with the objective world and the interactions that we have with the objective world, you feel that apurnatvam, some sort of incompleteness in life. You will not get satisfied with the outcomes that you are getting. And also bandhagaratvam, you will also be addicted. Again, this is called as the cycle, the vicious cycle. So the wholesomeness or the completeness cannot happen through the objective world. So life, what Rishi said, life is not the fulfillment of desires. Life is not the fulfillment of desires, but rather life is the discovery of fulfillment. Are you able to follow me? Life is not the fulfillment of desires, but rather life is the discovery of fulfillment. And where that discovery has to happen? Is it outside?
In us.
That discovery of fulfillment has to happen within. That is why it's called as inner freedom. And you need, if you have to discover yourself, you should know who are you. And we started our discussion with asking the question, how many years a usual human being will survive. In the Ishavasya Upanishad, I think it's in the second or third mandram, Kurvanneveha karmani jijivishet shadam sama. So shadam sama meaning here, how to have an integrated life or a meaningful life if you plan for 100 years. How you can utilize your 100 years to the fullest. I mentioned that 50 years will go as night. 1/3 is already gone. And 1/3 will also have issues of old age, where you will not be able to be very productive. And this is the best time for all of us. This is the best time for what? Discovery of fulfillment. Discovery of wholesomeness in us. Art of living to the fullest. That is what Ishavasya Upanishad Mandram says. And how to live to the fullest? Through the Shastra. And this Shastra is all about what? The wisdom of the Rishi Paramparas. And coming to us in the form of Jnanam to enlighten our mind, remove the darkness from our mind. Clear? So you need to have, you all use the term sound sleep. You all want sound sleep, right? What is the meaning of sound sleep? Sound sleep.
Sushupti.
But what in Sushupti, what do you get?
Bliss.
No disturbance.
Yeah, you are not having any problems in Sushupti. But sound sleep these days, yesterday I was traveling from Kerala to Bangalore. I was in an AC coach, third AC. Yeah, others were having sound sleep, snoring. So, sleep for me and sound for others. It should not be like that. Okay, so the point here is, I'm not saying that we should not deny the worldly objects. The achievements that are coming out of the worldly objects are just byproducts. Achievements that comes from the world or your transactions are just byproducts. What is the real product then? The real product is our inner happiness. Otherwise, what happens is basically the struggle that we all said. Struggle for getting, then get that, be happy, and again struggle for getting something else. That is not our real purpose. So, byproduct is what? The outcomes that you get from the material world. And what is the real product? What is the real product? The inner happiness. For the inner happiness to come, you need to know yourself. So Tatwabodha is talking about the reality of the truth, reality about ourselves. And I also mentioned about the benefits of knowing yourself. What are the five benefits I mentioned? Anybody is able to recollect the 5 benefits? No. That are the 4 steps of a mumukshu. But 5 benefits I mentioned. If you know yourself, build a balance.
Gaining a balance.
Yes, gaining a balance.
Dependence on external world. In regard to our attachment towards the reality.
Correct. So, building a balance between the outgoing tendency versus the inner strength. You have to derive the inner strength. That is the first point. Second thing is basically the freedom from the dependence on the world. Right? For you to be happy. Third is what? Third is the self-confidence based out of the self-knowledge. That is the best outcome that we are getting here. Fourth is what? The capability to absorb the adversities that are coming from the transactional world. In the modern world, modern management term, we call it as, adversity quotient. But adversity quotient you cannot get without knowing your true potential. And the fifth one is basically the poised mind or an equanimous mind to develop healthy relationships. In a modern way, we can say that it's a social quotient. These are the 5 benefits we will get. And then we discussed who are the people or who are the ones that can benefit this knowledge. Right? What is that qualification needed? Mumukshutva. Right? Then we discussed about the 4-fold qualifications in the first in the second slogam. Right? Sadhana, Chathushtayam, Sambatti or Sambat. What are the 4 sadhana, Chathushtaya, Sambat we need? The different wealth that we need inside. What are those?
Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivegam.
Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivegam.
Alabhoga Viragam.
Correct. Then the Viragam.
Sambatti.
Third is what?
Samadhi Shatka Sambatti.
The Shadka Sambatti.
Mumukshutva.
And fourth is the Mumukshutva. Okay. So I think we stopped at dispassion. But however, let us start with discrimination here. So the power of discrimination is very important. When you say discrimination, we all are very good at finding what is good, what is bad. Right? Even an item which is, this is good for me to eat. Right? Is this good for me to choose? Human mind is pretty much equipped. So this discrimination that we are talking here is not about finding out a good mango and a bad mango. No. This discrimination is all about what is Nityam in this world, what is anityam in this world. Nitya anitya vastu vivekam. What is nityam in this world? Nityam in this world, let us take ourself is a microcosmic representation of this world. Correct? So what is nityam in you? Tell me. What is nityam in all of us?
The existence of principle.
The existence is the nityam. That is where we are. We can go back 25 years. Right? Go back to 25 years. And now also you can witness your body, the changes happening in the body, changes happening in the mind, changes happening in your emotional level, changes happening in your mental level, changes happening in your capabilities. You are witnessing these changes. You are the unchanging substratum, so called as bodham. If that is the case, then there is bodham. The world is in this bodham. World is in this consciousness. And this consciousness is behind all the names and forms. For the names and forms to exist, this bodham should be there. Asti bhadi priyam. Namam rupam. Namam rupams are the names and forms. For the names and forms to exist, there needs to be an intelligence behind it. And the same intelligence is within us also. So, the Nitya Vastu is this unchanging awareness. Anityam is all about what you can see. Now our problem is we only will appreciate the names and forms. Anitya Vastu. I'm not saying that we should discard it. You respect it, but understand the Nitya Vastu behind the names and forms, including this body. What is Nityam? This is the discriminative capacity, so called as what? Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekam. Clear? Otherwise also, let us take another analogy here. Your eyes, two eyes are there, you can see the changes around you, you can get different scenes. Correct? What is there behind the eyes to decode the different scenes? Is this eyes are saying, and now I am looking at this, and again the eyes are not saying. Eyes are only gathering the different scenes, but there is something behind the eyes that is enabled to decode and make sense of what you see. Am I right? You all agree with me?
Yes.
In that case, Drishyam is not the permanent, because Drishyam is changing every now and then. Then what is witnessing these different frames that your eyes are fetching? There is something. You may say it's a mind. Correct? Do you need, or in your deep sleep, or in your swapna avastha, is your mind is the condition of mind is same as your Jagrata avastha in the swapna?
No.
And in the deep sleep, there is no mind also. Do you feel your own existence?
No.
In the deep sleep, without mind, without eyes, etc., you exist or not? It means what? It is not the mind that is seeing the scenes. There is a seer. In the Drishya Vivekam, Rupam Drishyam Lojanam Drik, Tadrishyam Draktu Manasam, Drishyadi Vrittaya Sakshi, Drgevanadu Drishyate. So the eyes are fetching different Drishyam, but the real one who is seeing the Drishyam is the Drik, and you are that awareness is the Drik. So what is Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivegam. What is Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivegam? The capability to understand what is Nityam in this world and what is Anityam. Right? So this has to be clear, complete and right understanding of Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivegam. That is the first point, so called as discrimination, capital D. Next, Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivegam. Then we saw the Viraga, dispassion. Viraga ka iha swarga bhogeshu iccha rahitya. So here it is described as swarga bhogeshu iccha rahitya, meaning the enjoyments from this world and heaven. It is not something like you have to get rid of all those enjoyments. I said you one term. The enjoyments that you get from the world is a byproduct, not the real product. What is the real product? The real product is we all are inherently happy. Why you do things in the world? To make yourself happy. If you are inherently happy, then there is no dependence on the worldly things to make us happy. That is why I said byproduct. Byproduct meaning what? What is the meaning of byproduct?
Something which comes along when we are aiming for something different.
Yeah. So byproduct is something that comes not as the main product. Correct. So the main product is what? The main product is our inherent joy. So dispassion is all about what? Dispassion is all about detachment to the impermanent and attachment to the permanent. It is not something like running away and discard everything. No. Appreciate it. That is a byproduct. Yeah, that's fine. You got some good results. Yeah, enjoy, celebrate, clap. That's okay. You can do that. But otherwise also you are happy. You are not depending on those things for your happiness. Inherently you are joyful. Your true nature is what? Bliss only. So Rupam. Right? So dispassion to the worldly things and passion or attachment to the permanent. That is viragam. And I mentioned one thing, dispassion and discrimination. You all know how a bird flies, or you might have traveled in aeroplanes. How an aeroplane flies, tell me. Or, I mean, I am not asking you like what is the engineering behind Airbus or Boeing. No. What are the different attributes? If you look at an aeroplane, 2 wings are there, right? And maybe for aeroplane there is a rudder, vertical stabilizer in the back. And you need engine. So what you need is basically the engine has to go forward, so called as the thrust. Right? Thrust is there. And the air resistance is there, that will pull you back, drag. So thrust towards forward direction and drag that is acting towards back. So what is the principle one should follow? Which one should be more, drag or thrust?
Thrust.
Thrust should be more. Otherwise you cannot fly. And the weight of the aircraft, even if you put a simple paper in the air, what will happen? Will it stay there? So there are 2 forces acting. One is basically the weight. The weight is acting towards, the gravitational force, right? The gravity is there. And what you need to counterbalance? You need to have a holding force, so called as lift. Thrust drag, lift and weight. What we need to do? We need to ensure that the thrust is more and the lift is there, right? Though the weight is there, but the lift is there. So lift and thrust should act, otherwise you cannot fly. Right? You all are able to relate what I am saying.
Yes.
So here the discrimination and dispassion are the two wings. For what? For us to fly forward. I will talk about thrust and all those things later, but these are the two wings. Discrimination and dispassion. Okay, so now let us see the next one. First is discrimination, second is dispassion. I hope we all are clear. Next is the sixfold wealth, so called as the Shadga Sampatti. Samadhi Shadga Sampatti ka Shamodama Ubaramasti Diksha Shraddha Samadhanam Chaiti. So, Samadhi Shadga Sampatti. Shadga meaning sixfold wealth. Samadhi Shadga Sampatti. So, which are those? They are Shamam, Damam, Uparati, Tidiksha, Uparati or Uparamam, Uparati, Tidiksha, Shraddha and Samadhana. Shamam, Damam, Uparamam, Tidiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. These are the sixfold inner attributes or wealth needed. So we club these six attributes as discipline. So first D is what? Discrimination. Second D is what? Dispassion. Third D is what?
Discipline.
So what are these six disciplines?
Samam,
Damam, Uparamam or Uparati, Tidiksha, Shraddha and Samadhana. Okay. Now, Shama ka Mano Nigraha. What is Shama? Shama ka Mano Nigraha. So, Shamam is equal to Mano Nigraham. What is the meaning of Mano Nigraham? Nigraham meaning what? So, it can be control of your mind, mastery of your mind. Why mastery of mind is needed? Tell me. What is the problem? Why you need to have mastery of your mind?
You need to control the mind, make the mind calm.
You need to control your emotions or thoughts coming into the mind. Yes, because thoughts are plenty, innumerable, right? Continuous flow. Right? So don't you need a control of the thoughts? Why do you need? See, let me ask a simple question. If you are having a lot of thoughts, will you be able to sleep? Forget about meditation and all this. If you are having a lot of unwanted thoughts, not even lot of, some thought that is really making you painful, will you get sleep?
No.
So, mastery or control over the mind. It is not to suppress. You cannot suppress. The moment you suppress, it will come again. So you need to have the mano niyandrana or mano nigraha. So shamam is mano nigraham or mano niyandrana, mastery of it. See, Narada and Bhagavan Krishna, so they were having a conversation. And at that time, Narada asked this question: why do we need the mastery of the mind? Right? And Bhagavan said, to overcome the Maya, you need to control your mind. So at that time, Narada asked a question like why it's so peculiar or particular that one should have the control of mind. So Bhagavan asked Narada, I am a bit thirsty now. Can you go and fetch a glass of water? And so they are having the conversation at the top of a mountain. And to get a glass of water, it's quite obvious that you have to go to the villages which are around the mountain. So Narada said, okay, boss, I will get the water, I will get a glass of water. And Narada starts thinking and trying to act. Narada went down to the mountain, climbed down and knocked one door. There appeared a beautiful girl. That girl proposed, Narada, why can't you marry me? Narada also got fascinated by her beauty. Oh, sure. So the life just starts with that. So they got married, getting children. And a big pralayam, a big, flood happens there. What will you do? And ultimately it was severe. Narada started losing the children one by one. On beautiful wife also. Now Narada asked for Abhayam. Hey Krishna, help me. So now Krishna, who is sitting next, what happened? I asked you to get some water. Water? Oh, I forgot. So this is how the mind works, right? Creating different situations in life, whether it's real or unreal. So initially Narada thought, I will get water for Krishna. So what happened? His mind started working like this and totally lost. Let me take a simple example. If you see the modern generation, they're getting distracted into multiple things. Best gadget is this, these smartphones these days. After the COVID, it's becoming a serious affair. Distraction is very, very common. Not only for the kids, all of us, I would say. Don't we need a mano niyantranam in life? What to do, how to act, what needs to be restricted, what needs to be thought of. So the mind is running after the objects, right? If the sense organs are running, and we can guarantee that mind will run at a higher speed than the sense organs. By sitting here also, or maybe the online also, we cannot know where your mind will go, right? Some of your minds will be in, roaming around Bangalore or around your offices. What will I do next week? Or you must be thinking about the items for the dinner. No, I am sure that you all will not do that because you all are Uttama Shrodas. So, mind will, right, if you start getting the smell of dosha, right, the mind will make multiple thoughts out of that dosha. Isn't it so? I am talking about my problem. Now you can relax. So the mind will run at a very faster pace than the sense organs. So it is very important to have the shamam, mano niyantranam or mano nigraham. And that is where Bhagavan Krishna says in the Dhyana Yogam that uddhired atmanatmanam na atmanam avasaded. And you can or you have got the potential to uplift yourself. You can become your own enemy, you can become your own friend. But what you need to have the control of the mind. That is very important. Okay, so shamam is what? Shamam is what?
Mastery of mind.
Mastery of mind. In the first discipline, shamam is the mastery of mind. Now, next is dhammam. Dhamma ka. What is it? Chakshuradi Bahendriya Nigraha. Chakshuradi Bahendriya Nigraham is dhammam. What is dhammam? What is dhammam?
Mastery of sense organs.
Mastery of sense organs. Chakshuradi. Chakshuradi meaning eyes ityadi, including eyes. Because eyes is mentioned. Why? Because you see. And our tendency is seeing is believing. Right? Whatever you see, you believe and you build stories around that. The mind will start building. Chakshuradi Bahyendriya Nigraha. So, the control of outward going tendency of the
Mind.
sense organs. Chakshuradi Bahyendriya Nigraha. Indriya Nigraham is dhammam. Mano Niyantranam is shamam. So now my question is, dhammam and shamam both should happen, right? I said mind will go at a faster pace. Doesn't mean that our organs are not keeping idle. Organs are also fetching, always trying to see what is happening, right? Who is going? Any sound? Oh, what would be that? Always our organs are always where it is. Mind is within. Organs are where? Organs are facing the outside world. Organs are keen to fetch data from the outside world. And mind is there to cook different perceptions. So what we need, don't we need control of both?
Yes.
So preventing the extroversion, unwanted extroversion of the sense organs is called as the dhammam. So out of the disciplines, first one is shamam, mastery of mind. Second is dhammam, mastery of sense organs. And now, next, third is uparama ka swadharmanushtanameva. What is uparamam? Swadharma anushtanam. Swadharma anushtanam. What is Swadharma anushtanam meaning? Swadharma anushtanam.
Extraversion to introversion.
No. Swadharma anushtanam is something different. What is your dharmam? What is your swadharmam? Okay, let me ask the swadharmam of a pilot. Tell me, what is the swadharmam of an aircraft aircraft pilot?
Flying the plane.
Flying the plane. Flying the plane and ensuring that the safety is also maintained, guaranteed. Correct?
Yeah.
Swadharma of train motor mechanic, the loco pilot, loco driver, what is the swadharma of that person?
Controlling the train and ensuring the safety of us.
What is the swadharma of a student?
Study.
What is the swadharma of a grahasthashrami?
Take care of responsibilities.
Take care of the responsibilities of a family. Ensure that everybody is happy, and you are the one who is enabling the family. What is the swadharma of a minister? Mandri. What is the swadharma of a mandri? Come on, you all are keeping quiet. No mandri is there, I know that, but what is the swadharma? To do a good administration, right? To do good service for my janta. You all are agreeing, right?
Yes.
So, swadharma of a grahasthashrami, let me narrow down to a grahasthashrami, because we all are grahasthashrami, we all are, family people. So, grahasthashrami's role is basically what? Having grahastha ashramam. Please listen that term, grahastha ashramam. Why it's ashramam? Grahastha ashramam. Are you all hearing the term ashramam first time or?
No.
It is not a grahasthan. You all are not grahastha. We all are grahastha ashrami. Our home should be an ashramam. Nivarta ragasya graham tapovanam. Your home should be a tapovanam. Your home should be an ashramam. Your home should have positive vibes. Your home should have, mantra, japa, sadhana, sampradaya, paddhati. You should have good attributes to welcome your adithis. Your home should be an ashramam. So ensuring that people who live in that place, they are really healthy. You take care of each and everyone at home. And the people who come to your home. Isn't it so? So, from one side, the swadharma is all about whatever duties that are prescribed for you. Right? Whatever duties are prescribed to you. Maybe if you go and ask an advocate, there are certain prescribed duties for an advocate to act. Maybe for an engineer, maybe for a pilot, maybe for a doctor, etc. etc. That is at one side. The other side, the real swadharma is what? The real swadharma is finding out your true nature. Finding out or remaining in oneself, remaining in that ultimate reality is the real swadharma. As per Bhagavad Gita, initially Bhagavan says, I Arjuna, you should act your swadharma. You should act as a warrior. You should fight the war. And at the end, Bhagavan says, with this knowledge that you have gained, the ultimate purpose is what? You reaching me. Reaching that consciousness. Realizing and abiding in that reality is the ultimate swadharma. You have to understand swadharma in two angles here. One is basically whatever duties which are prescribed that you have to do. But at the other side, the ultimate purpose in life is what? To realize this swadharma, to know this truth. Clear? So, Uparamam is swadharma anushtanam. Next. Titiksha ka. What is titiksha? Shidoshna sukha dukkha. Shidoshna sukha dukkadishu. So shidoshna sukha dukkadi sahishnutvam. Shidoshna sukha dukkadi sahishnutvam is titiksha. Shita ushna sukha dukkha adi. Like this, these dualities. This sahishnatvam of all these dualities which are mentioned. What are those dualities? Shida, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha. It is very clear. You all said struggles are there. Meaning there are a lot of good, pleasant experiences also. So life is all about these dualities. Good, bad, right? Cold, hot, pain, pleasure. It is like two sides of a coin. So, tidiksha ka, what is tidiksha then? It is the endurance of heat, cold, pain, pleasure, etc. So, from the objective world, from the universe, from the material world, it is clear that you may get good experiences as well as bad experiences. Isn't it so? Or is it something like always good, always conducive? No. So what you should do? You should endure it. In the Viveka Chudapani, Bhagavad uses this terms like Sahanam Sarva Dukkhanam Apradikara Purvagam Chinta Vilaparahidam Satitiksha Nigadyade. So Titiksha is defined as Sahanam Sarva Dukkhanam, capability to bravely endure Sarva Dukkhanam, any problems which are coming in life. Apratigara Purvagam, without going in a reactive way, proactively endure it with the knowledge. Yeah, it is quite obvious. You may get bad experiences, you may get good experiences, but getting stuck into those experiences is not what I should do. That's what Bhagavan said to Krishna. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkada agama paino anitya tam tidikshvasya bharata. Hey Bharata, hey Arjuna, you have to bravely endure it. Hey Bharata, because these are the different experiences that will come into your life. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shita ushna sukha dukkada. These all things will happen in everyone's life, Arjuna. Now you are reluctant to fight against your kin and kith. This is an unpleasant experience. But as per dharma, you have to do that. Though this is a unpleasant experience, you have to, what you have to do? You have to endure it. You have to cheerfully accept also the difficult situations coming in your life. You have to cheerfully accept. And the shock absorber is what? The knowledge. The reality is beyond all those things. Chinta vilaparahidam. Bear all those experiences. And when the good experience will come, will you cry? Then the same philosophy should be used in the bad experience also. Clear? So, Tidiksha is what? Tidiksha is?
Endurance of the dualities.
Endurance of the dualities which are coming in our life. With the right knowledge, with the right understanding, you have to endure it. Clear? Then, next, Tidiksha is over. The next one is what? Shraddha Kidrishi. What is Shraddha? So the explanation is Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasam Shraddha. Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasam Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Shraddha in what? What is Shraddha? What is the meaning of Shraddha? what is the English word of Shraddha?
Strong
Faith.
belief.
Faith or a belief. Maybe we can loosely use these terms here, but faith in what? Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu. Guru, faith in Guru. Who is our Guru? Bhagavan Krishna here. Should we have trust in Bhagavan Krishna? You should have a faith, you should have a belief. So, the first and foremost attribute needed is the intellectual conviction. Intellectual conviction in the capability of a Guru or the ability of a Guru. And what we should have after that? Whether this Guru is validating with the scripture. See, for example, let's go back to our academic field. The institute or maybe the university will prescribe syllabus, books also, and some teacher is coming and teaching, and that teacher cannot teach whatever he or she knows. What the teacher should do?
Prescribed text.
Prescribed text as well as the syllabus. Similarly, Guru is capable, but Guru is not referring the scriptures. We cannot admit that that person as a Guru. So Guru should be intellectually having the capability of the subject, and what is the reference of that Guru's knowledge? Scriptures, Shastram. Or if some Guru comes tomorrow, this is a fresh Vedanta knowledge I am going to give, this is invented by me. Don't go after such Gurus. What is the base of that Guru's knowledge? Shastram. So, Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasam. So, faith in both Guru and Vedanta Vakyam. So, in the Mundaka Upanishad, Guru's attributes are mentioned like Guru should be a Shrotriyan, Guru should be a Brahmanishtan, Guru should have the wisdom within. The knowledge is there in the book. That knowledge has to become the wisdom. The Guru should have the anubhuti, the wisdom, not the knowledge. It has to be the wisdom of the Guru. And when a person who is having wisdom talks, it becomes a knowledge to you. And when you convert that knowledge to wisdom, then the same truth is experienced. Are you all with me?
Yes.
So, Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasam is Shraddha. Faith in Guru, faith in the Vedantam, and ultimately that faith has to get converted as your own conviction. It has to be your wisdom. It is not a knowledge which is there written in the book. That knowledge is absorbed, that knowledge is assimilated by you, and you reflect upon that, Nirandara Sravana Manana Dhyanam, and that becomes the wisdom. That is the anubhuti coming out of a person. And that anubhuti is for what? Anubhuti is for oneself. That self-realization is for whom? Tell me.
Person.
That self-realization is not for the individual. It is not for to get a certificate from Karnataka University. Yeah, this is a self-realized person. Self-realization is for the self. And that self-realization has to come through the wisdom, not just by reading few books and giving a commentary. It has to be the conviction of that person, conviction in the form of wisdom, anubhuti. So, mumukshus like all of us, what we need? Guru, Vedanta, Vakyadishu, Vishwasam in Guru as well as in the Vedanta, in the scriptures. So, that faith is very important. Very, 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 very important. Now, last out of these disciplines, Samadhanam kim chitta egagrada. Chitta egagrada is Samadhanam. So let us recollect all the sixfold wealth discipline. First is what? Discrimination. Second is dispassion. Third is discipline. And in these disciplines we saw what all things? Shamam. Shamam is what? Mastery of mind. Dhammam. Indriya Jayam. Mastery of sense organs. Then Uparamam or Uparati. Swadharma Anushtanam. Titiksha.
Endurance.
Brave endurance. Then Shraddha. Shraddha in what?
Guru and Shastra.
Guru and Shastra. And last one is Samadhanam, sixth. So what is Samadhanam? Chitta Egagrada is Samadhanam. What is Chitta Egagrada? Where the Chittam, where we should see in Chitta Egagrada meaning single pointedness of our mind. Where the mind should point to?
Inward, on the reality.
The mind has to turn inward. Why we have to turn inward is basically the conscious force, the conscious energy. We all are that. And the exterior planes, so called as Manasa, Buddhi, Chittam, Ahangaram, Indriyam, Shariram, etc. These all are the outward planes on the top of the reality, the so called as the conscious force. And mind is the subtler element in this. If you see, subtler meaning the Sukshma. Sthulam, Shariram is Sthulam, correct? Indriyams also Sthulam. Buddhi is becoming Sukshmam. Manas is Sukshmam. And this reality is Sukshma Tamam. It is further subtle. We cannot say subtle because it is a subject. Now my question is basically for you to filter out your tea dust. Do you need the right filter to do the filtering work?
Yes.
Similarly, the mind has to be conducive enough because the reality behind the mind or beyond the mind has to be understood. So for that reason, the mind has to have the inwardness, the egagrada, to realize this truth. Because mind is the subtler element here. So mind, what should be the thought of mind? To know this reality, to know this truth, to know the Tattvam. And Bodham happens at which plane? The mind plane. Ajnanam is at the plane of mind. So the Tatwabodham, the application of Tatwabodham is at which level? Is at the Sharira level or the Manas level or Indriya level? Where is the the real application of Tatwabodham happens?
The level of mind.
At the level of mind. So if the Tatwabodham should get inculcated in the plane of mind, the mind should also have a single pointedness to know the Tattvam. Are you all with me?
Yes.
So that is where the mind should have the single pointedness. And maybe if you see the different schools of meditation, some schools say that think about a big ocean where there are no shores, right? Brahat, right? So that the mind will become settled. Or in some school of meditation, they think about meditating Krishna or Goddess. Why? to bring the single pointedness. Chitta Ekagrata is needed for the is needed as the sixth discipline. Shamam, Damam, Uparamam, Tidiksha, Shraddha and Samadhana. Samadhanam is the Chitta Ekagrata. I hope you all are clear about this. And in that case, the third attribute is also done, discipline, which has the 6 sub-attributes. And the fourth one is Mumukshutvam. And in English we can say desire. So 4 Ds: discrimination, dispassion, discipline and desire. Fourth is desire. What is desire here? Mumukshutvam meaning what? Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam kim moksho me bhuyad idi ichha. The intense desire to attain freedom in this janma. The intense desire to attain liberation. The intense desire to attain inner freedom in this life. The intense desire to get decoupled from the limitations of the objective world. That includes even my body. The body is also having limitation. After some time the body will stop functioning. At some point of time the body will go away. But I am equipped with limitless possibilities within. So overcome all the limitations of the objective world, the feeling of incompleteness from the objective world, the feeling of hopelessness from the objective world, the feeling of helplessness from the objective world, and dependence on the wholesomeness which is there within us. This is the intense desire that one should have in life. And it is called as Mumukshutvam, or called as what? Desire in life. And again, the level of Mumukshutvam will differ. Few may be Tivra Mumukshu, few may be Madhyamam. That we will discuss in the next Sunday. On the next Sunday we will discuss this. And these are the fourfold qualifications needed for one to do an inquiry into oneself. And these fourfold attributes or qualities are called as the what are those? Sadhana Chathushtaya Sambat. Discrimination, dispassion, discipline and the desire. For what? For the preparedness of our mind to gain the knowledge and remove the ignorance and equip with the knowledge. Knowledge about what? To knowledge about ourselves. So this is basically the taming of mind, and these are the 4 attributes you need. And the discipline again, 6 subfold attributes: Shamam, Damam, Uparamam, Tidiksha, Shraddha and Samadhana. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi yat yat sakalam parasmai Narayanaayedi samarpayami.